Welcome back to the next video. In today's video, we will be continuing on with the NestJS REST API tutorial. So what I have done in this video is that I have created JWT token integration for our REST API for sign up and sign in. So I'll show you how it works like. So first of all, I'll enter some random email ID and if I click on send, previously we used to get email ID as well as the user ID, but now I'm just sending the token for sign up. Same for sign in as well. So if you send it here you can see, and just to see, I have created one more API endpoint. If suppose a user sends his token inside the request using headers authorization and click on send, here you can see I'm passing the ID as well as the email. You should not expose this kind of APIs to a real world app, because suppose if you have another API like get items which for a particular user, then that API should take the token and we will validate it on our server side, and once it is a proper token, we'll get the ID from it, and from that user ID we can fetch those particular items for that particular user. We'll see that in next video. This video is only about JWT integration. So first what you will have to do is you will have to install this library npm install NestJS JWT. Then in users you will have to create, so inside the users folder you will have to create the auth.service.ts file. So if you see, I have created this file and I have imported some exceptions from NestJS common. I have also imported the user service, and from crypto library I have imported random byte and script. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, and I have made it as underscore script, and here I have imported Promisify. I have also imported JWT service as well from our NestJS JWT. Then to make this underscore script as to Promisify it, like to use async await, that's what I'm doing it over here. Then I have created an auth service class which is an injectable. It takes user service as well as JWT service. So first is this sign up method. So first we are checking whenever the user tries to sign up, if the particular user exists by that particular email. If yes, then throw a bad request exception. If not, then create a salt, because we want to hash the password. That's why I'm creating a salt. Then using that salt we are creating a hash for our particular password. So yeah, that's how we are doing this, and then we'll get the result, okay, using the salt plus dot hash, and then we will create our user exactly. So instead of password, I'm actually passing the result which contains the salt as well as the hash. Then I'm calling JWT service dot sign async. Okay, and our JWT service will contain the user ID and email. If you want to only pass the user ID, you can do that as well, or if you want to pass some other details inside JWT, you can do that as well. Don't try to enter too much details inside your JWT. That's what I'll say. And here I'm just returning our token, so you can return something like this as well. Okay, and next, same for sign in as well. First I'm finding by that user by email, and if the email does not exist, then I'm saying no, not found exception. But if the email exists, then I'm getting the first user. Then I'm splitting the password, because that's how we have stored the password as well. Then we get the salt as well as the stored hash. Then we are using this script passing our password, our salt, and same, I think this is what this random, how many times you have to hash, something like that. I don't clearly remember why we are passing 32. I think it is something related to how many times you want to add some kind of a security layer, something like that. I'm not really sure, sorry. And next we are just checking if the stored hash is not equal to the current hash which has been generated, and we are converting it to hex. If they are not equal, then throw a bad request exception. Else we are creating our token and then sending it back to the user. Again, you can remove this, and we also don't need this. Now if you want to get the user back from that particular token, so I have created another method. So here it will take a token I'm decoding that token using the decode method of our JWT service. And if there is no decode, then I'm just sending bad request exception, and if there is, then I'm destructuring ID and email. And once you get ID and email, I'm just sending it back to the user. But don't use this in production. This is just for development purposes. Next, I have, let's see, in users, then okay, we have to go to user module.ts. So here you can see I have imported JWT module, and I have called the register method. So the global is set to true. Here I have set some secret for our JWT. You should set some strong secret, maybe inside an environment variable or something. And I have set the expiration time as it expires in 1 hour. Also, I have added inside our provider, I have added this auth service as well as a part of dependency injection. Next, so go to user controller, and here I have added auth service over here as well. If you remember, we are using this @serialize user DTO. Inside over here I have also added this token, because now we are sending token instead of ID or email. If you want to comment this @expose for ID and email, you can do that as well, but I have not done that because I wanted to check this who am I API endpoint which returns ID and email. That's why I've kept it as it is. So again, so it takes the auth service, and here I have created another API endpoint. So here I'm actually getting the headers from the API, and from that headers I'm getting the authorization, and I'm replacing the bearer with just an empty quotes, and from that we get the token, and then I'm just calling the whoami method which we had created from our auth service, and just returning the data back. So I'll just remove this console log as well. Next, inside sign up, instead of all this user service.create, I'm now calling auth service.signup, and I'm passing the email as well as body. Similarly for sign in as well, I'm calling auth service.signin, and I'm calling email as well as password. I'm passing email as well as password. So yeah, that's it for today's video. In the next video we will see how to, so suppose if there is an API which you want to authorize, like only authorized user can access it, we'll do that stuff in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.